We really need to know these three foundational elements. One is your personal style. You might think you're one thing, but actually you're probably something else. Number two, your body type. Some people think they know it, but when we go into the nitty-gritty, you may find something else. And three, your colors. What actually looks good on you? What colors light you up? What colors make you feel good when you walk out the door? Those are the things that are absolutely essential to nail down. All right, so we're always talking about the difference between style and fashion. All right, they are two totally separate things. So there's a great quote from Iris Apfel that says, fashion can be bought, but style you possess. You know what I mean? Does that like ring true? That you can go out and buy all the most fabulous things, but your style is yours and it's instinctive, and you're born with this, okay? And there are people you look at who are your style icons. Seriously, I mean, I have my own. My God, I've been watching Mad Men again, and I'm going after the Betty Draper look. Do you think I'm there? I guess I'd have to go show up at a party in a really big, fabulous dress, but that's one of my style icons at the moment. And we all have different ones, and we all have different, we see ourselves differently in other people. So you might admire Audrey Hepburn, you might admire Madonna. That's all great because they resemble your style, and that's personal to you. But on the other hand, you have fashion. Okay, so fashion can be bought. I mean, you can go into any store you want, buy the latest and the greatest off the rack, and suddenly you're fashionable. Are you stylish? No, you're fashionable because that's what you did. You walked into the store, you have the money, the body, and you said, that's what I'm going to buy. And you look at fashion and you think, okay, so I just saw a picture of Jennifer Lawrence wearing pleated Bermuda shorts. And that's fashionable. You know what I say? That's ugly. I did not think that looks great on her. So it's important to know the difference, because you look at all these people who think they're really fashionable, but actually they're buying that. And put them in a Target and see what they come out wearing, and are they stylish? And you know something? Fashion is actually not frivolous because it's part of our culture, not just here, but everywhere around the world. I mean, think of all the different, outfits and styles that are all over the world. So it's not a frivolous thing that's in our lives. It's just being smart about what it is you're buying. Does it fit into your personal style? Because then you're fashionable and stylish at the same time. That's all I'm saying, okay? Style is honestly what you make of it. There are no rules. You do what you want to do. You wear what you think looks great on you, and I want you to know that your personal style is amazing. And who cares if it's different from someone else's? We're not doing that. Your style is awesome. All right, so over the weekend, it was really funny. I was putting together a quiz so that I could give it to you guys to say, let's figure out what your personal style is. Are you a preppy or a classic or a bohemian? And so I get through the whole thing, and then I say to my 4 best girlfriends, I'm like, hey, will you take this quiz and tell me what you think? And they all got the wrong category of what I thought they were and of what they thought they were. Like my super classic dressing friend got bohemian, and we were dying laughing. And what it really told us is that style is just super personal. And chances are you are falling into several categories. I mean, you're probably a mix of a lot of categories. I would say I fall between definitely a couple categories. I fall a little bit classic with a twist. I fall a little bit bohemian because I love my 70s flares, as we all know. And so there's just no way to box yourself in. And frankly, nobody wanted to be boxed in. My one friend, I said, well, I mean, maybe you're kind of preppy. And she was like, what do you mean? I'm not preppy. I mean, you kind of got to go with it because everyone's got their own vision, and it's just totally personal to you. So I have some homework for you, and it's a really good exercise that I really want you to do, because there are common categories. I just named a couple: bohemian, preppy, classic, avant-garde. There are tons, but they're the ones you know about. And do you fall into those? Probably not. It's a worksheet, and I just want you to really do it, because we're going to talk about the common style categories, and I want you to see how you would or wouldn't fall into one, or you do fall into many, which is probably going to be the case, but it's a really fun exercise. So I really encourage you to do it, and I really want you to do it. And what we're getting toward is figuring out, okay, I'm usually this style, I'm sometimes this style, but I am rarely, if ever, this style. And what we're focusing on is that never, okay? So let's give an example. You come out saying, I'm pretty much a classic preppy, but I am never a bohemian. Okay, that's what we know. You don't like the 70s flares, you don't like long flowy dresses. Okay, fine. We're never gonna focus on those things. Let's focus on the two that you fall into, and so that we can pare down and focus on you and what is personal to you. It's time now to do the What Works For Me worksheet. I really want you to take this because when I took it, it made me really think. I mean, it really about when I'm wearing things I love, how do I feel? And when I'm wearing things I hate, oh my God, how do I feel? And I think it's a really important exercise to go through because I think you're going to figure out a lot that you didn't even realize. And in terms of some of the, style buckets, like you've got your classic style. I don't need to go into all the details because you can read about it, but you've got your Kate Middleton, right? She really doesn't get off of the classic, right? And when you think of a bohemian, you know who I think of? Like a Kate Hudson. She seems to me to always be in her boho, just like her mom, Goldie Hawn, like that kind of boho look all the time, very Californian. And so anyway, I just think it's a really good exercise because you will sort of start to think as you're putting yourself in a category or a couple, what are my always pieces that I wear? What are my sometimes pieces that I wear? And what are my absolutely never pieces? Those are the ones we're focusing on in that little bucket because those are the ones we're going to avoid. Why would we bother with those when we're thinking about the always and the sometimes? All right, and yeah, I think that's it. So do the worksheet because it's very thought-provoking.